Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, there is a lot of brand new PlayStation news going on where PlayStation's kind of in a really weird, rough spot. Now, as you guys probably know, we've been seeing some brand new games coming out for PC, brand new announcements coming out from PlayStation as a whole, and well, apparently one has been an absolute abysmal disaster. Now, some people are saying it could be worse, which I'm going to probably agree on that one because you always got to play both sides when you're making YouTube videos, but so far it kind of seems like the overall community reception, overall player count, things being bought, etc., have completely flopped on one of the PlayStation sides. And as well, we've also had even more ongoing news with even more major games potentially being, well, basically delayed and or canceled. And of course, as well, there's also even some bigger drama too when it comes to a Bloodborne DMCA takedown request from PlayStation themselves, which has a lot of friends. I said friends. I did, I guess. A lot of fans also being very concerned. I guess the friends of PlayStation, friends of the Bloodborne series, if you will, basically being very concerned and or excited that either it's never going to happen or this might go and incite the rumors once again that Bloodborne is coming to PC. So a lot of news to go break on down, so if you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We also have the Twitters and Twitches down below, and I just appreciate you guys all so much for watching. And once again, we are still in the workouts for our setup, so don't mind that. I'm trying to go fix it all. We're just going to take a little mini break too as well sometime in the very next few days, so keep that in mind. But hello, just thank you guys all for watching. First and foremost, I want to break this into you guys over here because there's been a lot of just a lot of news everywhere. First and foremost, we have been seeing a lot of people critiquing, commenting, and kind of basically saying that the Spider-Man 2 launch was a flopper, apparently. Basically, this goes here. If you guys look at the Spider-Man 2, the player count's not horrible. If you guys don't know, basically Spider-Man 2 came out for Steam on PC, and well, it's had a somewhat mediocre reception and, well, peak so far. This is not horrible. Like, I myself, because I could form my own opinions, believe it or not, I don't think this is the worst launch. 24,000 concurrent players a day after the fact for a single player game. Like, it could be worse. Now we're gonna have to maybe look and see about a week from now, and well, it is what it is. The game was already available on the PS5. It's a few years old, whatever it might be. There's no major mods. Like, people maybe already saw the playthroughs on YouTube, Twitch, or played it themselves. Like, I get it. But like, it was not the best, not the worst. Like, that's gonna be my hot take on it. But the bigger issue over here is looking at the reviews. Right now, there's only 55% of all of these Steam reviews being positive. And like, yeah, that is not good. If you guys ever have played video games, that's usually not good. A lot of people are saying not recommended. A lot of people are saying it's not so good. Look at some of these reviews. Game crashes every 10 to 20 minutes, regardless of what kind of PC you have. A 3090, which is a very good GPU card right now, isn't enough to run this game on the latest drivers. What a joke. 2025, and devs are still inept at PC ports despite the engine being more than ready for it. No wonder why they did zero advertising, which we actually brought up this week, if you guys remember me mentioning, that it was launching very soon. And we basically saw very minimal like ads on TVs or websites or reviews or anything out there. The occasional tweet maybe, but it was very, very bare bones. And yeah, it's just, people are, look at this, just a big disappointment, not recommended. Horrible to go and see. A problem is occurred with your display driver. This can be caused by out-of-date drivers using game settings. Basically, just a lot of people are having issues. Games run so badly, I went to the comment section. This plays like constant loading and stuttering. I was clipping through buildings and objects, and this is like one of PlayStation's bread and butters. This sold millions upon millions of copies on the PlayStation system, and this is not a vibe. I do not recommend. The game is currently unplayable on PC. The game crashes to desktop every 5 minutes. I have already requested a refund too. And this is crazy because we've kind of seen a hit or miss when it comes to PlayStation, where sometimes the ports have gone well, like they're good games and they're enjoyable, and then sometimes they've been absolute floppers and they all have the same vibe of where they're basically being like, hey, this game sucks. Like, the game is just not well made. It's not well designed. And I think that is a big deal when it comes to gaming as a whole. Like, if I want to buy a game, and especially from a very high standard of a AAA game from Spider-Man, which spent millions upon hundreds of millions of dollars to make, rightfully so, I want to work. I want to work day one. I want PlayStation to, well, realize the game is good. Now, there is still some good people being like, I love the franchise. I beat the games. I like the game itself. I recommend it. They had a few crashes, and now it's running stable. So it might even just be areas too as well. Maybe you just have to adjust settings. Like, it is, they can always fix this. They can always update stuff, optimize stuff, make it a little bit better. Always is a workaround. But once again, I think a lot of people are just not happy with even having to consider that. And well, yeah, but there's been kind of some conflicting opinions. Some people are like, hey man, like it's doing great over here too. Some people are saying looks like a complete massive miss too. On top of that, there was no pre-ordering, which I mentioned on a prior video too, which was really weird because that's like a big marketing ploy. You want to have people pre-order the game. You want to send a bunch of tweets and YouTube videos and highlights, like what makes it better than on the PC version than the PS5 version. Like we care about this type of stuff. And like some other people are saying like, hey, it's the #1 selling game, so do we really care? But in my mindset, I feel like if it's a #1 selling game with a 50% approval rating, which is quite low, 54%, that's not good. Like that's really not good at all. Then I kind of feel like that's more, you almost want to look at this more in general. Like 20,000 people play and you're still making a few $1 million because obviously it's like people coming and going, but still a 50% is really not good in the Steam chart. So I think people are all around complaining about it. They're all around mad. They're upset. I mean, some people are happy. Some people are like, yo, this looks great on my ultra wide. Look at all these cool things. Like this looks beautiful, looks lovely. And I think it does look nice. And once again, maybe if they just have a few more updates and changes and optimizations and kind of fix maybe driver issues, a new driver update from NVIDIA perhaps, like it could be working out fine, sure, but it really does kind of, well, suck. So I want to hear your thoughts and comments on that down below because I'm probably not going to buy it on PC. There's no real reason for it. I played on PS5. I got the experience. I got the vibe. Like if there's a cool mod, maybe, but there's not as many cool mods out there for something like Spider-Man. So I'm kind of indifferent. I want to hear your thoughts. But also some of the more, I guess, bigger drum over here is from Lance McDonald, saying on February 21st, 2021, I created and released a patch for Bloodborne, which makes the game run at 60 FPS, so a few years ago. Today, I received a DMCA takedown notification on behalf of Sony Interactive Entertainment asking that I remove links to the patch I posted on the internet, so I've done so. Basically, PlayStation executives and their lawyers went after this guy who did a free mod for Bloodborne to, obviously improve the game. Now, we have seen a little bit of interest in it, #1, because we've been hearing rumors of a remake, remastered Bloodborne 2 for many years, like many years. I've reported on that so much, and I myself like it. I've always enjoyed the Bloodborne type series, Soulsborne style games like Elden Ring, Dark Souls, Demon Souls, all that. But when we look at this, it is a, well, kind of like, I guess, both good and bad. It's kind of rough because PlayStation's taken this down, which if anyone who was using the patch itself and like the game, they're upset with it because it's like PlayStation on their mindset of like, hey, if you want us to play the game at a 60 FPS, how about you release it on the PS5 or on a PC update, like all that type of stuff. I agree. Like, I don't like it when these companies have to go protect their IPs, understandably so, as of why they do. But I'd rather them notice that the community for years has been asking this and requesting this and wanting this to be added. Like that's the whole reason why people complain on these places. So give us what we want, which is Bloodborne, a remake, remaster, or PC version, or a second one. I would love a second one personally and a remake, but I don't want to be greedy. And that's how it might go and be. But a lot of people are kind of on the 50-50. Some saying like Sony loves to ignore Bloodborne until they can send DMCAs about it. And people are getting mad about it because once again, this was something free made by the community that they're taking away. And once again, kind of how I said, saying, how dare you make their game better when they themselves won't? Which once again is a crazy vibe. Because I do agree, like if they really do not want them to be making this type of stuff or making mods for this or whatever it might be, then make it a better experience yourselves. Sell us the game at a 60 FPS PS5 mode. Sell us the game on like a proper update. Make a remaster, remake, or #2, as I mentioned. So obviously people are also upset because it's just taking away something free from them. And same thing too as well when it comes to Spider-Man. Like people just have high expectations for something like PlayStation. And I think that's rightfully on both ends okay. I want to have all the options available. It's 2025. Make my gaming experience better. Make my life more chill. Same when it comes to Spider-Man. Like, let me go and enjoy Spider-Man, like make the game good. Like you have all these millions by millions of dollars, and even off the sales too, there's 20,000 people playing. So that alone's a few $1 million as is. Like you have the budget, go and work in the budget, make it go and work. And then people are kind of just getting sick of it too as well, because just people are, I don't know, like, in my mind, I think a lot of these really big game businesses kind of have to go and start taking people seriously. I don't mind like mistakes, I don't mind updates, but I also kind of expect high levels and standards when it comes to the games I'm spending my money on. And the fact that they're not really kind of fulfilling that is making me kind of upset. Although, we'll see. Like we'll see if there's gonna be more optimization issues, maybe a Bloodborne remake in the next year or so, maybe the next upcoming state of play. Like there's options. So I'm not gonna be 100% against it, but at the same time, I do think a lot of people as of right this second are not that happy with PlayStation. So I want to hear your thoughts and comments on everything down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed here, our second YouTube accounts, the Twitters and Twitches down below, and we're going to get a lot more of that stuff added in the next few weeks, like very soon. So please make sure you guys are subscribed there. I love you guys all for watching.